fellow collectors, and welcome to Long's Toys. Today we are taking a look at Major Bludd from the G.I. Joe Classified series from Hasbro. This is part of the Special Missions Cobra Island subset that is exclusive to Target, and this is number 27. Even though they're kind of a subset, they still have the normal numbering convention with all of Classified series. So this is the first time I've ever seen one of these in public. Actually, that's not true. I think I saw a Roadblock once, but I already had the original Roadblock, so I didn't get it. In any case, Cobra Island stuff is crazy hard to find at Target. I don't know why it's this way. I'm all for having store exclusives, but I don't understand the reason of making them hard to find. The whole reason for having a store exclusive is to make me go to that store to buy stuff, which I get. But then why don't you just have a decent amount of them? They shouldn't be hard to find. But anyway, it's a rant for another day. I just got lucky. I walked into my Target this morning right as the employee was stocking the shelves. So he had just put these up and I was able to grab one. So I'm very excited. And I just thought I saw something online where they said apparently Hasbro is coining G.I. Joe June. So the month of June, they're going to be celebrating G.I. Joe. There's actually a Fan First Friday for G.I. Joe tomorrow morning, I think at 11 a.m., which is pretty cool. So they have said that as part of G.I. Joe June, they are going to be sending additional stocks of Major Bludd to Targets. I really would love them to go back and do the first Cobra Island stuff because I still need a Baroness and a Beachhead and a Viper and Firefly, but that's neither here nor there. So this guy looks great. Packaging's very cool. Pretty standard except for the Cobra Island symbol there. You have some cool artwork here on the side if I can actually get my camera to focus without the glare. I think that's pretty cool. And then I've never seen this before, but on the back, apparently this is Cobra Island, and they're doing like a zoom in of this specific area. I don't know if that's where he's stationed or what, but this is kind of neat. So kind of cool for the background. A little something different, not the usual picture we're used to. So pretty cool. I'm going to go ahead and get Major Bludd out of the packaging here, and we're going to take a closer look. So here's Major Bludd out of the packaging, and he looks really good. I think they did a nice job. He's got his cool robot arm. He's got his face sculpt with his eye patch. Let's see if we can move this up here so we can take a closer look. Really nice detail there. I think they did a good job. The packaging shows kind of a red slit on the eye patch, almost to make it look like a robot eye, but they didn't add that in here. If you wanted to add that paint decal, it probably would be easy enough to do it. The impression is there. You would just have to fill it in. He's got a little bit of a skunk stripe there. He's got the really short hair, as you can see. Now, as far as articulation goes, he's got movement at the base of the skull as well as the base of the neck. And he's got these dog tags. You can take these off if you want. I'm just going to do it for a moment so you can see the neck movement here. But you can see how at the base of the neck it has the forward and back. I think you could probably even turn it from side to side. Yeah, you can. But then there's also a hinge and a ball joint at the base of the skull. So a lot of nice movement there. And the cool thing is you can see on his vest, he's got kind of a lip. And if you bring the dog tags back in, they kind of sit on that lip, so it kind of keeps him in place around the collar there. I almost kind of wish that they were just part of the vest, but you can actually take them off. So it's up to you if you want to take them off or not. It's got butterfly joints here in the shoulder. It does have a hinge and a rotation as well. Except on the robot arm. He's got this little shoulder pad which moves, but you can take this off if you want, and I'm just going to do it just to show you. So he's got the butterfly joint, which is great, and he's got the bicep swivel, but mine does not want to move. Like this is, the hinge is very, very tight, and I've tried to move it around and get it to move, but it's really tight, and because of the butterfly joint, it's hard to get some leverage on it because it just kind of keeps moving the butterfly joint. And I really don't want to snap it off at the bicep, so I'm just not going to bother with it. But there is a hinge there. Mine just does not want to move. And then this just, you can see very simply, there's two little spots right there, one on each side. And there's just those two little pegs. So you just pop that back on very simply. Let me line this back up. Come on now. There we go. Okay, so now it's back on the hinge. But now his dog tags have popped off. There we go. But you have the bicep swivel. You have double jointed elbows. He's got that on both arms. And then he's got the swivel and the hinge in the wrist like you'd expect. So all of that looks pretty good. He's got a ab crunch. It's a little difficult with the, there you go, you can kind of see it rock back because he's got the big vest on. But you do have an ab crunch there. You also have a waist swivel. You have really nice movement in the hips. You can see how it kind of drops down a little bit so you can get the full kick out to the side. And then you can kick forward. So really nice ball joint there, and that kind of hinge, not hinge, but just the drop down ability. Must have a hinge in the crotch there. You have a thigh swivel as you would expect. You have double jointed knees. So good range of motion there. You have a boot swivel. And then of course you have ankle swivel, and then you have a hinge. So really nice range of motion. Like I said, the only thing that's mine is the, and I'm sure if I worked at it enough, I could get the arm to move at that hinge. But, I mean, it's at a good angle. You know, I'm okay with it. And I got the butterfly joint, so I don't want to risk breaking it. But he looks fantastic. Really nice articulation, really great detail. I like the head sculpt. I think that looks good. He does come with a bunch of accessories. So first off, he has his helmet. His Darth Vader helmet. You can go ahead and put this on, and that pops on right there just like so. And that stays on pretty good. It's not going to fall off or anything upside down, even if you move the helmet around, or the helmet. If you move the head around, the helmet will stay. So that's good. He has a backpack accessory that we're going to come around and peg into the hole in his back. Pretty simply. Peg right in. The dog tags are really, I wish they were just part of the vest. I wish they weren't movable on their own. So now he has two guns. So let me see if I can get him to stand for a moment so we can take a look at these two guns. So the first one is this kind of massive revolver. I'm assuming it's some kind of laser gun because while it does have what looks to be a chamber, it obviously has no barrel. Or no, opening at the end of the barrel, I should say. So I'm assuming it's some kind of laser rifle. But really, really cool design. I like the little bit of paint there. And this does fit into the holster down here on the side. Pretty snugly, because it is kind of a massive gun. But that fits perfectly there. I love when they have weapon storage on the figures. I really do like that. And that's something the G.I. Joe line does really well. Now, his second gun is not quite a dart gun, but it has a muzzle here. A nuzzle. And then this just pegs in on the end, like so. And then you can fire the rockets off. And the cool thing is the backpack can store all of this. So you have these two spots here on the back. You're going to peg that in like so. And peg this one in right next to it. And they just kind of friction peg in. They don't really peg in, I shouldn't say. They just kind of friction smoosh in between, and that holds them in place. And then there's a spot here on the back, or on the side rather, a little peg hole, and there's a peg on the side of this, so you can go ahead and peg that on here for storage. So I think that's pretty cool. He can actually store all of his weapons. Everything that he comes with, he can hold on his person. I think that's a really cool feature. I like that a lot. I like his robot hand. I always forget he has a robot hand until I saw it, like when I actually got out of the box. I was like, oh, that's right, he has a robot hand. But it's just, I'm knocking everything over now. He looks great. Honestly, I really think he looks good. They did a really nice job with this. Great design, great paint applications, great molding. Articulation's good. The accessories are fantastic. Let me zoom out a smidge there. But yeah, you really can't go wrong. If you can get a hold of this guy, I know he's kind of a pain right now, but they promised they are going to be releasing more, so hopefully that is true, and everyone who wants one of these guys can get one. Because I think he's really good. I really do think he's great. I just really wish they would go back and re-release some of the previous Cobra Island. I'm trying to get his trigger finger in. There we go. He does have a trigger finger. Can actually fit in there. The only problem is when I try to grab onto the back of him, I end up accidentally like putting some pressure on this and popping these out. So just be a little careful about that, but yeah, he's pretty great. I love the accessories. I love that he has storage for all of them. I love the helmet. The head sculpt is really good. Like I said, paint applications, detail, articulation. There's not really much to complain about with this guy. The only problem with mine is the really tight shoulder, which, like I said, over time, if I worked at it carefully, I could probably get it to move. But I'm okay with it. I'm just going to leave it as it is because I don't want a chance breaking it because I doubt I'll be able to replace him. So, yeah, as long as yours doesn't have an overly tight shoulder, this guy's pretty perfect, and I definitely recommend picking him up if you can. Like I said, he is a Target exclusive as part of the Cobra Island set, and they promised that they were going to be putting out more, so hopefully that's true. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Please like, share, and subscribe. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and as always, thanks so much for watching.